Very much.
I appreciate it. How y'all doing today, fellas? What's up? Yeah, okay, yeah. Look, I'm gonna take a little bit of y'all time today. I ain't gonna put y'all to sleep. I just don't get down like that. So I'm definitely not gonna put y'all to sleep. But I think one thing that makes me unique is that I have sat in your seat, no matter what brought you here. So how many football cats we have? Raise your hand. Okay, cool. I'll talk about that here in a little bit. How many aim cats we got? Cool. You both? Who both? I'm exactly where y'all at. I was both. So good stuff for the cats who do aim and football. That's good stuff. Look, but let me tell you a little bit about what I do for a living. I work at a college university. I worked at anybody heard of James Madison University? You heard of that? Nice football squad out there. I worked out there for about 6 years, but I just moved out to a school called Indiana University Southeast. But if you ask me what I do for a living, my job is to help the kids who go to that school get jobs after they graduate. So how many know we like in a recession right now? Jobs is hard to come by. So I have a crazy, incredibly important and tough job. But I'm not even here to talk about that because I ask people all the time, tell me about yourself. They say, well, I do yada, 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 yada for a living. And when I hear that, I get right back at them and I say, yeah, that's cool to hear about what you do for a living, but I flip it on and I say, well, but what are you living to do? You know what I mean? What are you living to do? And that's what we're talking about today, all right? But how we're going to do this is I'm going to talk to you a little bit about, because we're in 2012, y'all doing y'all thing, y'all got your own little individual swag in 2012. That's cool, but I'm going to take you back to where I was when I was in your seat. We're going to do that through a little bit of music. But it's going to get increasingly hard. And I need y'all to keep score. Oh no! Don't tell him, don't tell him. We're singing. All right, little bit of R&B, all right, little bit of R&B.
Hey, Jacob.
Oh, he got it! All right. We got that point. Last one. Y'all ain't gonna know this.
They don't know about this.
They don't know about this. I do. I know about this. AZ, get these boys a hand. Y'all won. And for 20 hours a week, how many want to play ball in college? How many want to play ball in college? Okay. One thing you really got to understand is that it's a part-time job. It really is. It's a part-time job. You're given 20 hours a week. You in that weight room at 6 a.m. every morning, and please don't be late. You know what I mean? You got film. You got a couple hours of practice. You got your 8 a.m. class. There's a lot going on. You know what I mean? And you're also there to do a good job academically. So you got to kind of know that coming in. Let me cut this volume down for a minute. Boom. All right. So for me, I understood one thing. Let me give you some quick statistics. In the next 10 years, y'all, anybody know who the baby boomer generation is? Y'all know who that is? What that is? Okay, so about maybe your grandparents' age. You know what I'm saying? So what's about to happen is a whole lot of them are about to retire. Right? And there's going to be a lot of jobs. They're going to be looking for people. Let me give you some statistics. And I'm just quoting the state of Indiana. Right? That's where I live right now. So what you're going to have is estimated by the United States Bureau of Labor Statistics. These are the folks who quote you statistics on jobs, right? There's going to be estimated about 60% of jobs, they're going to be looking for people with college degrees. right? Then there are going to be another 30% that are going to be able to hire people with high school degrees. Then you got another 10% that are going to be looking to hire people with no high school education. So I was looking at this like, okay, if I really want to be competitive and make a way for my family, I might do it through the league, but I knew my skill level, and I knew that wasn't my thing. So I had to focus on getting the degree. And so if I could tell you anything, brothers, get your degree. You know what I mean? That's the biggest thing I would tell you. Get the degree. All right, so look, we're going to talk 6 quick tips, and then we're going to open it up for real hard questions, because it ain't nothing that I wouldn't tell you. You know, if you ask it, I'm going to just tell you straight 100 what it is, all right? So 6 quick tips. This is so important, man. Never ridicule anybody that you come across. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? So treat every person with respect, like a human being. And if you see somebody else doing it, just help shut it down, man. There's a way to do it where you don't lose your cool points behind all that. You know what I mean? All right, so number 2, please know this. Excuses are never an option. You know what I mean? Never blame a situation or circumstance on somebody else. It's always under your control. This is big right here. Love who enough? Love who enough? Yo, love yourself enough. This is about self-love right here. Love yourself enough to just let some cats go. You know what I mean? That don't mean you lost love for them. It just means that where they're going and where you're going, that don't even line up. You can do it with a lady. Why you can't do it with your boy? With the ladies. I want everybody to just read that. Yeah, exactly. Because the reality of the situation, man, it's the whole, let me tell you, man, the game is so flipped these days. You know what I mean? We used to have to chase them. Come on, man, I deal with y'all all the time. Y'all age group all the time. Now they chasing y'all. They thirsty now. Oh, come on, man, ain't nothing new under the sun, partner. You ain't all that in there, I'm just kidding. But listen, even though they may approach you a certain way, think about this. What makes you so special? Seriously, what makes you so special? So if she came at you a certain way, you don't think she done already came at somebody else a certain way? Tip number 5, let you read it. Whatever it is, don't even go there unless you're prepared to deal with the worst. Because let me tell you, the worst could happen. Some of y'all seen the worst happen. You know what I mean? It just ain't happened to you necessarily yet. But it will. You know what I mean? End of the day, I'm going to end on this. Never, ever, ever, ever sacrifice what you say you want to do and who you say you want to become. Because that really is part of vision. It's not so much what you want to do for a living. That's whatever. That'll happen. The most important thing is getting a vision on who you say you want to become. You know what I mean? What type of dude do you want to be like? That's character. Reputation is who you are when everybody's looking at you. Character is who you are when nobody's watching. You know what I mean? Because character is the thing, and I'm not here to get political, but that's the thing that separates Herman Cain from Barack Obama. You know what I mean? Herman Cain had to pull himself out of the race because there's some things about his character that creeped up during the debates. You know what I mean? Potential to be the second African American president of the United States. But this is what I'm talking about. His legacy caught up with him. You know what I'm saying? This is real stuff that we're talking about. Alright? So never, ever sacrifice what you want to do and who you say you want to become. Alright, man. Listen. It's been a privilege. But I'm opening up the floor for some real dialogue. some real questions. What questions do you have? What else y'all got? Yeah, what's your name, dude? Keyshawn? Deshawn. All right, what's up? What you got? Was I in the streets? Nah, I ain't go all the way out in the streets. But listen, even though you're not out in the streets is in your head. So I had a lot of cats around me that had a street mentality. They had a hood mentality. You know what I mean? And so, like I was saying today, it really wasn't until I had enough balls to say, you know what, dude, love you. But if you're going that way, I'm going to have to love you from afar because I got to go this way. You know what I mean? And a lot of people, a lot of young men your age, really don't have enough guts to tell another dude that. You know, because right back at you, they're going to say, oh, you gay. And does that hurt you? You say that, but, you know what I mean, that's something you got to really come to grips with. You know what I mean? You know, because I didn't let that fester into who I was. That wasn't a part of my character. So that kind of just bounced off me, right? But some people really take that to heart. And, you know, you got to have enough metal to say, you know what, whatever, that's you. You know what I mean? So, you know, who came out the wiser years later? Yours truly. You know what I mean? Good question. What else y'all got? Yeah, good question, man. You know, he asked me, you know, when I said earlier, don't ever use that type of derogatory term towards somebody. I said, don't ever call somebody gay. And I did that just to drop a point home with you. Because that's what you hear. People call you that when you don't smoke it or drink it or whatever. That's what they calling you. So I'm just getting in down your street. But as far as you go, don't ever call somebody that because listen, man, you never know how. Let me use this as an example. When I played, you know, Coach Myers used to coach me when I was a little dude. I mean, I'm talking about rec ball. And, you know, when it was like 4th and 6th, you know, and I'm back there, you know what I mean? He used to say, man, yo, be mentally tough. Be mentally tough. Right? And that stuck with me, man. So when I got the first hit, I was like, man, I've got to get this first down for Coach Myers. I got to. So, back to what I'm saying, you have people out there, and you don't know how mentally fragile they are. So what if you let something reckless like that come out your mouth, and they go off, and they internalize what you just said to them? You don't know if they think on the brink of taking their life, man. You never want that type of thing on your hands. You always want your legacy to be to build people up and not push them down. You know what I mean? So that's one of many words. You never want to be the one where that come out and just fly out your mouth because you ain't even thinking. You know what I mean? That stuff happens all of the time. I deal with it because I live on I don't live, but I work at a college campus. So I deal with that stuff all the time, man. You know what I mean? I've seen parents who lost their children before because of something reckless like that. So don't be that guy. That's all I'm saying. Good question. All right? And look, as y'all passing that in, man, I just want to say thank y'all. Y'all been a real, real cool group. I wish y'all nothing but the best, nothing but success. Holler at me, man, if y'all got any questions even after the fact, all right?